Bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Help me out, guy. Speaking of pigs, Rob Manfred had some. Look, dude, honest to God, this has been my thing all week, and a lot of us, and this isn't Giants fan trying to insert him in the conversation, which is gross. It's just simply I'm a lifelong Giants fan. I don't feel good about. I, honest to God, do not feel good about being a Giants fan at all. I don't feel good about being a baseball fan. But correct me if I'm wrong, Casey. I said this earlier. The Giants didn't murder the A's, but the Giants have green blood on their hands.
Yeah, absolutely they do.
Yep.
And that is, I mean, it's just such a saga that we could go way, way, way back on. To put it very, very, very quickly without a whole lot of context, the Giants were ready to move to St. Petersburg. The A's gave them the territorial rights to San Jose. When the A's wanted to stay in the Bay Area and ask for those territorial rights back, the Giants said nope, and here we are.
And, where we are now is it sure looks like, I mean, there's still a few roadblocks, but they're getting smaller. There's less of them. And I think I saw your cut, and I think you put it perfectly. Like, look, it's all pointing in favor of Vegas, but you've still got an ownership group that's not perfect in this, and they might be the ones that can screw it up. So is that about the only hope that true Oakland A's fans have, that Fisher and crew just bungle this?
Yeah, I would say that's most likely the outcome because, I was literally sitting on the set the second this thing went through. I mean, that was my instant reaction. And my comment that you, I believe, were alluding to was, if ever there was a group that could screw this up, it's Fisher and Cabell. And my last comment while looking into the camera was to Las Vegas residents, and I said, good luck with John Fisher and Dave Cabell. The thing is they have this thing passed. I mean, it's as good as done, but they still have to come up with the funds to build this stadium. I'm sure naming rights will come in. That will help kick off a few $100 million probably. But they're going to still likely have to finance this, and that's going to be a large amount. I mean, you're looking at a team right now that's paying perhaps even less than just their TV revenue into the roster, which means they're not spending any money on this franchise right now. And they're only paying $1.5 million a year to play at the Oakland Coliseum. Their loan amount is going to be way higher than that, way higher. So, I mean, where's the revenue coming that's going to support this roster? Where's the money going to be coming in that's going to make this team winning and a team that people actually turn up for? Because if they don't, the taxpayers are going to get hammered out there. So, yeah, there's still a lot of cards that are sort of out there on the table, but it's not looking great for Oakland.
Casey Pratt joining us. Well, if it's John Fisher still, the funds to support the roster can come from the local car wash. But you're right. You're right about the stadium. And is that why we're hearing about him selling at least a piece of the team to raise those funds?
Yeah, so that's something I think is absolutely going to happen here very soon. I posted that basically when I woke up yesterday. It's all a blur at this point. But I think that the second they get the opportunity, they're going to put a stake of this franchise up for sale to get a cash infusion that'll help them get that loan that they need to actually pay for the ballpark. Because I don't think John Fisher has the liquidity to just pull this thing off on his own. Now, something you've pointed out to me in the past in these interviews is that, when the Kings actually went up for sale to Chris Hansen in Seattle, that's when Vivek had a chance to pounce. I don't think it's a situation where he's going to put the whole thing up for sale. I think he's just going to put a stake up for sale. And some people I talked to in Las Vegas have also texted me saying that they've heard something similar already. And so we'll see how quick this happens. But, we'll have to just wait and see.
Casey, one other parallel here, what was being said here, and I don't know if it was done to, appease Kings fans at the time, but when it was really looking like they were going to Seattle, there was some talk that, hey, it's going to hurt, it's going to sting, this is going to be awful, but Sacramento may still be considered in the future as a site to get the NBA back if there was future expansion. Now, again, it felt like hey, this is to calm you down, but I don't know how realistic that was. To me, it feels like if the A's leave, I don't know if the Howard Terminal thing ever happens, if it ever becomes a thing, or if baseball is ever back in Oakland. Is there any thought that when they do expand that Oakland would ever be thought of again?
I mean, the difference to me, guys, is when I went to that beautiful arena out in Sacramento, the arena is on David Stern Way, right?
Yep.
And David Stern it seemed to be a far more empathetic human being than Rob Manfred, who
absolutely
it just boggles my mind, the stupidity in the statements he keeps putting out, in the quotes he keeps making. They lack a complete understanding of the situation, and they smack with disrespect, frankly. I just think that David Stern was a far better commissioner of his sport than Rob Manfred is. And I think that he actually cared. And I think that's why you see that just spectacular arena in Sacramento sitting there on David Stern Way. I don't think we're ever going to see something on Rob Manfred Way.
No. As you know, Rob Manfred is a shill and a corrupt ass clown who got this job on the shoulders of Bud Selig, on the shoulders. I mean, we talk all the time, Casey, about Kennesaw Mountain Landis and why the commissioner's office was created and the independence from the owners, and just how over the years it's gradually morphed into this extension of the bony claw of the emperor that are the owners that do all of this. I really would like to have more conversations with you as this progresses as to what fans can do, if anything, what Oakland fans are going to do. We have 20 seconds left. I'll ask you the same thing I asked Steve Berman earlier. Do you see any legitimate chance that the A's are still playing in Oakland in the last year of their lease next year? Because that could get real ugly.
I think it's possible because they have nowhere else to go. I think if the A's ownership group in Major League Baseball had any brains, they would sell the team to a local owner, let them have the A's as their franchise here, start working on expansion. That way, the A's can stay here, and then when Vegas is ready, then you put the team there. Not right now, where you're going to have to play in the summer heat in a minor league park.
That is Casey Pratt, ABC7. Follow him on Twitter. All you got to do is go to my timeline. I retweet or quote just about everything he says. It's listen, whether you're an A's fan, a Yankee fan like you, Jason, a Giants fan like me, my opinion, if you're a sports fan, if you're a human being fan, the Oakland and surrounding all the people here in the 916, that are A's fans have just been beaten all to hell. Casey, I say it all the time, but I don't say it enough. By the way, I'm glad the doctor thing went well earlier. We appreciate your time. And more importantly, I appreciate and respect from a place where we went through it, all of your efforts and those few out there that have really used their platforms. And it ain't done. So onward and upward, and I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Yeah, much love to you guys. And the more we talk about it, the more people will be aware, and we'll keep on going.
Yeah, man. Take care. That's Casey Pratt. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's give away a pair of California Classic tickets. Not now.